Hi crypto fans, welcome to CCS Cryptocurrency State. My name is Santiago, I'm a web developer and investor, and in today's video I'm going to review Acala project. This project has been from a while already in the crypto space, but last months have been made incredible progress on the Polkadot ecosystem. I will be reviewing and explain what the project is and how it works the technology, the token economics, the roadmap. I will give you a summary of the white paper, the team review, the GitHub repository, and much more. Before we begin, please like the video, subscribe to the channel and click the bell to get the notifications, and remember to join to the giveaway. Without anything else, let's go into it. Hey guys, well here I am in Acala.network. This is the main website of the project. What is Acala? Acala is the all-in-one DeFi hub of Polkadot, and Acala is an Ethereum compatible platform. What this means with all-in-one is that the platform offers a suite of financial applications, including a trustless staking derivative, Liquid Dot, a multi-collateralized stablecoin backed by cross-chain asset, AUSD, because this is an Acala token that values like $1, and has an automated market maker decentralized exchange, all with microgas fees that can be paid in any token. So basically you will find here a project with a suite of all DeFi processes or projects that are included all in one place. You can borrow money from the application, you can earn interest on Acala USD, you can trade tokens, like this is the part of the decentralized exchange, and you can participate in the governance of the token economics. If you go to the wiki of the Acala project, we need to understand that right now we are managing 3 networks for the Acala ecosystem. The first one is the Mandala Test Network, which is the current network right now, which is a risk-free and value-free playground for us, users and developers, to test the right functionalities of Acala. The second one is the Karura Network, which is an audited and experimental release of Acala that will join the Kusama network as parachain, and it will have economic value represented as its native tokens, and Kusama can be used as a collateral for KUSD. Third, we will have the Acala mainnet that will be connected to the Polkadot network upon its launch. So right now we are in this Mandala Test Network. If you click here in the WebD app, for example, you will go here and you can connect to your Polkadot.js extension, and then you can play in this test network project. And here you will see that you can swap, borrow EUSD, you can participate in liquidity staking, you can earn interest, and here you can play what is the test network right now. So we still are in the process here, and you can see here on the Acala network the roadmap. The project, like I said before, is not starting right now. It's already from 2019. They have been accomplished a lot of phases of the development of the project. So I review a lot of things about the project, and I am very surprised of how they deliver all what they promise. And right now we are in this stage, 2021. They already launched an Acala Ethereum virtual machine testnet, so this is all part of the current testnet that you can check on the website. They have an economic audit, and the testnet candidate 6 launch. It's already done, and the upcoming event is the Karura parachain auction. So basically they are planning to enter into the parachain for the Kusama ecosystem, and eventually after the launch on a parachain for Polkadot too. But right now they are very concentrated on this Karura parachain auction. I will explain a little bit about that, but it's kind of complex, so maybe it will be to have a specific video if you want. I do a specific video for Karura, please comment below. Going into the white paper, well, the white paper is very extensive. I read it all, of course. There are a lot of technical stuff that maybe you are not interested. For example, the stable protocol of Hodson, how it works. This is all related to the EUSDT pair, the Acala dollar. You can see how the multi-collateral type works, but this is important. This is where we also care. The ACA token utility and governance. So basically for this project we will have the ACA token. This is the native token of the Acala network. The total supply of the ACA tokens will be minted at the launch of the mainnet and stored in the ACA reserve pool to be distributed to Acala Foundation, seed investment partners, IPO participants as reward, and the rest sold to the public. So the token it will be used for these three purposes: the network utility token, so you can also pay your fees on the swaps, for example. You will be able to use the token as governance of the network. So ACA token holders have rights to propose network updates, and also will work as a contingency solution. Going into detail of the tokenomics, this is part of another white paper of the Acala token economic working paper, and this is from 2020. Basically, I already mentioned how we will use the token. From the total supply of the ACA tokens, we will mint at the launch of the mainnet and store in the ACA reserve pool. They will be distributed this way. At 20.25%, it will go to the Acala team, and we will reserve for the Acala team 5% for the ecosystem, that will be reserved for ecosystem development, rewarded as grants and bounties. 11.62 reserve will be to the Acala Foundation treasury. You will see after how that will be used. 29% for the strategy investors, seed investors and venture capital investors. 34% is for the reward, will be for the distributed as reward from the IPO that the participants I propose in section 7. And network contributions including liquidity providers, early participants, Oracle operators and collaterals. So I think they will have a lot of percentage for the team and for the Acala Foundation. I think that is too much. Not too happy with the distribution of the token, but anyways, I neither think that is so unfair. But for the governance of treasury, you will see the stability of the fee, the liquidity penalty, and the system fees. So this is part of what the reserve will be used here for the Acala Foundation treasury. Also, on the part 4, the parachain auction, the Acala team planned to launch our mainnet on a parachain slot. So to be leased from Polkadot using DOT to be crowdfunded. A special design candle action is utilized to sell the leasing right of a parachain slot. So it is a mechanism designed for fairness, to prove early snapping and provide buyers with lighter valuation, higher chances of winning. So basically, we'll have the opportunity to earn ACI tokens as rewards to DOT owners who participate on our first IPO successfully, to compensate their opportunity cost of having their DOT locked for 12 months. So basically, if you want to participate on this for the launch of the mainnet after, you basically will give your DOT for like a stake, and they will be locked for 12 months. And for that, you will be rewarded for ACA tokens. Before we continue with the video, remember that I am doing an amazing giveaway. I will be giving half of a Bitcoin to one winner and 5 Ethereum to 5 different winners. If you want to participate, it's super easy, just a couple of clicks. Follow the link in the description. But remember that you need to be subscribed to the channel with the bell on to be considered. Well, the team of Acala is a very experienced team. one of the co-founders is Ruitao Su, and he has a lot of experience. You can see here all the team. They have from very great backgrounds on technology and software. I will only review Ruitao Su. I already review all the team, but he's the most experienced one here. He's the co-founder and also is the CEO of another company called Laminar. That is very interesting because Laminar is an open finance platform powering synthetic asset and margin trading. So he already have a similar project where it's Acala with different characteristics. You can see here the website laminar.one. We are building an open finance platform powering synthetic asset and margin trading. And they also are in a parachain auction situation, mainly launched from Laminar project. And it's very interesting how he can manage both teams. Differentiating this with another project that maybe the co-founder, the CEO is in different projects. I think here his experience on Laminar is a great asset for Acala. So I will say that this is very good. His personal Twitter, he's from New Zealand, Auckland. He studied there and he created also a couple of companies before Acala and Laminar. He also was founder of LeetCode Limited, and they will have an award-winning software development studio. So he has a very, very interesting background. The other co-founder is Beth Chen. She also has a lot of experience, also is a co-founder of Laminar. So from there, they have been working together. And the rest of the team, developers or advisors, also very interesting backgrounds. So I am very comfortable with the team of Acala. Going into the community, the Acala Twitter has 83,000 followers, which I think is very respectable right now. The expected thing right now, the next event, you can check here, is the 8th of June. They are going to do an expect Karura build Acala, all the ways to become a network owner. You can join to Ruitao Su, Beth Chen, and Dan Research of the Karura and Acala team for an overview of every way to participate in Acala and Karura. So if you are interested in this project, I will put the link on the description so you can join when you see this video. So you can save your spot here and maybe join to the event and see what they are telling, how you can enter into this project. But this will be a nice event to participate. The community is very active here. The Acala network is listed here in CoinMarketCap, but there are no tokenomics yet because the token is not launched. It will be minted as the main launch happened, but the token is already here on the Acala network is already in CoinMarketCap. If you go to medium.com, Acala network, you can see a lot of information and news about the Acala project and the Karura project. On the last things, we have the update of May 2021, where the team is very founded from the Karura Crowdland and Kusama Parachain auctions. The first thing is that most notably a first of its kind partnership with Current.com to deliver an hybrid finance integration to the banking platform, which is 3 million US customers. You can see here an interview of the Acala team with the Current announcement with Current.com. Also, some another news is that Acala is thrilled to join the advisory board of GoodFi, which is a non-profitable organization founded to make decentralized finance as easy as possible, with a mission of encouraging 100 million new users to put at least $1 into DeFi by 2025. I think this is a great way to move the mass adoption for the DeFi ecosystem. The Acala team received the 5th Web3 Foundation grant for X tokens. We have the Karura collaborates with RMRK, announced the collaboration to combine the DeFi applications on Karura with NFT futures on Canaria, a fundraising for the RMRK Association. And now we have also the Karura event that the crowd registration is now open. This is what I mentioned before. If you want to participate in this, you can click here on the link. I will put the link in the description. The event invites you to contribute with Kusama tokens in support of Karura. So you will receive a distribution of Karura rewards at launch. So for every Kusama locked in the crowdland, participants will receive 12 or more KRR, which are the tokens for the application, after 48 weeks. All original Kusama contributed to the crowdland will be automatically released back to the contributors. So you can now connect your Polkadot.js extension to our custom crowdland website to get a head start on the process. So this is the way that you can participate on this. Basically, you give your Kusamas to the purpose of the crowdland, and after 48 weeks, you will be the Kusama tokens returned to you, and you will receive for each of 12 of the KRR tokens for the application. Something similar will happen with the Akala, with the parachain of Polkadot. So basically this is the way to do it. It's very easy. I am still considering, but probably I will participate on this one for Kusama and for Akala. Moving into the GitHub account, well, they have a lot of repositories that they are actively working. Many of them are related to wallets or to specific things of the Polkadot ecosystem, or another things like libraries that need to work in order for the complete ecosystem of the Akala project. The main repository is this one anyways. I think they have a very good team of developers. They are very active on the project. Everything is very good documented. I didn't saw many projects, blockchain projects that have all the documentation that like they have. They are very active. For example, you can see here that already yesterday the master branch, which is not the common one to be updated, was already updated on the ecosystem modules. So you can see how they did a lot of updates yesterday, which was Saturday. So you can see how they are very active here. They have 78 issues here to resolve yet. 78. It's not a little amount, but neither is too much. So this is part of, you can be setting here on the repository, and then you can work in each of the particular issues over time. Of course, these are not block issues for the application. They have open pull requests, which is updates that need to enter into the main repository project. So nothing to say here. The project is very active. The core developer teams, there are many developers, so I see a good progress here. In terms of news, Akala is also mentioned a lot on all the news about Polkadot. One that I'm glad to hear here is in this news of Cointelegraph, they mention Polkadot and the popular projects, and you can see here that popular projects that are currently operating on Polkadot testnet and are favored to win a parachain slot include DeFi ecosystem, Akala network, and the PolkaSwap decentralized exchange. You know that I am very bullish on PolkaSwap, and I also bullish on Akala. These two projects I think are actually the most bullish that I am in the Polkadot ecosystem. So you can see here how both are accessible to be tested right now with the Polkadot.js wallet browser extension. I like that the mention on this article is the two projects that I am actually bullish on. But if you review another news, this is what I mentioned before from May on the news of Akala. The GoodFi Coalition asks 22 industry leaders to help attract 100 million to DeFi. And Akala mentioned here on all the important stuff there. And Akala is also mentioned in many of the news regarding Polkadot Acala appears as one of the leaders on the market probably for the auction of parachains. Well guys, that is the review for the Acala project and Karura. For the other hand, I will put the interested links that I mentioned in the description. Please comment below what do you think about this project. I see a very nice opportunity to enter a very stable project right now. You see my other reviews on another projects on Polkadot ecosystem, but also for example, for Cardano, there are many new projects, but what I like from Acala is that they have been growing from the scratch, and they already have been in the crypto space from 2019. So all the work that they have been doing is already blossom on these months. I am very interested in how they are going to get into Kusama parachain auction. I will be with Aye on that. I don't see any yellow or red flags on the project. They are very serious. They have a lot of news and partners around them. So I think Acala is one of the most great projects for Polkadot ecosystem right now. Before we leave, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the bell to get the notifications. Remember to join to the giveaway that is free. Half of a Bitcoin to one winner, and I will be giving also 5 Ethereum to 5 different winners. It's free to participate, the link is in the description. I will see you in the next video. Bye.